What did you say, Dave? What did you say?
Happy birthday, buddy.
I knew you said that, but then what was the question you asked?
Oh, how
after that?
old are you? 45?
Yes, I am 45.
Otherwise known as old as fuck.
Halfway to 90.
Yeah.
Halfway to 90.
Holy fuck. You'll never make it.
Huh?
You'll never make it to 90.
I'm surprised I made it to 45. Are you kidding me? I never would have thought I'd make it this far.
You'll make it further than me, though.
What do you mean? You're going to
That's
be...
my bet.
You're like only 6 months younger than me.
I know, but...
Or not even 4 months younger than me or something, like 5.
Yep.
So you're not going to make it 5 more months?
I don't think so. Well, no, not than you.
What are you talking about?
I
You think that you won't live as long as me?
Yeah. Like, I'll make it to 45, but
But
I won't make it as...
You won't
like,
make it 6 months.
That's right.
You won't make it as close as 6 months to my death date.
That's right. I'll die before 6 months. Yeah.
Or no?
6 months has nothing to do with it. I'm going to die before you die, is all I'm saying.
You think that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, so even you think even before I die,
Yeah.
even though you're younger than me, you're still...
Oh, yeah.
Not only you're not going to make it to the age I'm going to make it to, you're not going to even see the same sunrise that I see.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Why?
At
Because of
least
your
6 months less.
huskiness? Is it because of your huskiness?
It might be part of it.
Stress
it's the
level?
It's the whole health package. Plus, I don't go to the doctor. So there's probably something wrong with me that I don't know about.
Oh, you think that's what it is? So even though I have a diagnosis of cancer, that I'm not the most responsible person with my health, right? That I make progressively worse choices as time goes on. And you feel that even given this pattern that you see, you still feel that I'm going to...
Oh, yeah. There's something really wrong with me.
Yeah,
I
there is.
I don't know what it is, though.
I think it's a mental issue, though. It's not going to kill you.
Could be.
But I don't know. Maybe it could kill you, you know. You never know. Something could burst in that little brain of
My
yours.
brain could explode.
Yeah. Your
at
head
any
could just
second.
blow up. You got a lot of stress on you, Dave. A lot of stress. You know what? Sometimes people, they look for things when they're under stress. You might say
I look for the Dutch Hall when I'm under stress. It always relieves my stress.
that's nice to hear.
Well, thank you.
That's like a birthday present for me, Dave, to hear that we're doing some good work, God's work here at the Dutch Hall. It's like you're giving me a birthday present. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was leading into the seeker bit. Just trying to make it work.
My mustache wasn't long enough to give it to you to wrap it up, so.
Oh, man. That's two
this
things
is all
I
I
try
got.
to get you to talk about what I was talking about. You talk about something different. You know what I'm saying? Seeker.
I'm going to do it all night.
See, I'm leading you into the opener. I'm telling you right what I'm doing. I'm leading you to the opener, right? Hey, Dave, you know, sometimes people, they look for things to make it so their head doesn't explode. You know what I mean?
I don't look for things. Not things that are wrong with me, anyway.
Great yes and.
He is Dave the Bit Killer Charters. Just play the song already.
Happy birthday, pal.
Thank you.
Looked under chairs, looked under tables. I tried to find the key to 50 million fables. They call me the seeker. I've been searching low and high. I won't get what I'm after till the day I die. I asked Bobby Dylan, asked the Beatles, I asked Pete Van Dyke, but he couldn't tell me either. They call me the seeker. Been searching low and high. I won't get what I'm after till the day I die. People tend to hate me, cause I never smile. As I ransack their homes, they wanna shake my hand. Focusing on nowhere, investigating navigating miles. I'm a seeker, I'm a really desperate man. You're looking for me, I'm looking for you. We're looking at each other and I don't know what to do. They call me the seeker. I've been searching low and high. Won't get what I'm after till the day I die. Won't get what I'm after till the day I die. Hello, Peter. Happy birthday, pal.
Thank you, buddy. 45 years on this globe, and I've learned a thing or two, Dave. Learned a thing or two. And, you kind of blew my opening with the beginning part. You stole it, about people finding life from the Dutch Hall when they're seeking for things.
It's true, man.
That was the whole thing. You blew it. Happy birthday to me. Just hit the theme song already. Oh, wait. Yeah.
It's a great spot, live from the Dutch Hall.
Guys, come on. Yeah, at least give us a clap or two. Welcome, everybody, live from the Dutch Hall. We are Canada's only late night talk show and the greatest podcast ever to come out of Pool Shed in Pine Grove, Ontario. Bar none, everyone. Bar none. No bars at all. And I believe we are that way because we have the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions. Comprised this week of the people who love Pete Van Dyke the most that comes on his birthday show. And I mean that in many ways. I mean they came to the Dutch Hall and they also ejaculated in their pants tonight.
Twice.
Look at the guy sitting in the seat to my very left. It's Dave the Rooster Charters, everybody. Let's hear it for him.
Hello, YouTube.
Beside him, playing lead guitar tonight, this is a good friend of the show. He's our number one sub. He's like the fifth Beatle of the Nocturnal Emissions, except there's already 5. The 6th Nocturnal Emission, is that what it is? Is there already 5? Yeah,
it's
6. He's the 6th Nocturnal Emission.
I don't consider him a sub.
He's in. There's no such thing as a sub.
He's all in.
Anyways, Braden DeCuban, everybody! And in the corner where he rightly belongs, hanging between the legs of the Nocturnal Emissions, swinging low, that's the Balls, Whiskey, Wes Higgins, playing bass, and tickling the skins. Screw the CRTC, we don't need their rules this week. We got a German on drums, Steve the Reluctant German, everybody. And that's the director there. Paul, get a nice tight shot of yourself because people are going to see your face. Look at him. Look at that guy sitting behind there. He's directing, for heaven's sakes. This guy's a builder, but he's also my brother. He's also our bartender. He's also a bus driver. He's Paul Van Dyke, everybody.
Hello, folks. Molly!
Capturing this for posterity. And one of the very few shows we have left here in the actual pool shed is our good friend Tyler Shasma, everybody.
And now it's the host for this show. It's your two-time. It's the birthday boy. He's 45, folks. It's Pete Birthday.
What a lively crowd. Hey, thank you.
It's a nice crowd. Hot crowd.
And let's just relax into it like a nice warm bath.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, guys? It's a
Welcome
birthday
back,
show. I like to think that the birthday shows, we like build them up a little bit. And I like to believe this is our fifth birthday show that we've had because it's the fifth year. I started this show when I was 40. Now I'm 45. That's how it works.
That's fucked up.
When 5 more birthdays happen, you turn 45, right? And I captured 41. I captured 42, 43, 44, and now 45. But I never captured my 40th, but I captured yours, right, Dave?
Oh, yeah. We had a big birthday show at my house. That's right.
Yeah, on the 40th, right?
Yeah. That was an early one. That was like...
one of the
we
very...
started...
We started in December, and your birthday was in February. So, it was like one of the first shows ever. Yeah. That was, I think...
under 10 shows.
Where we wrote feedback, we got feedback.
Oh, yeah.
At your house in Burford.
That's right. It just happened.
That's back when we used to do... Sorry, Lori.
Adrian Vera was there. Our buddy Adrian.
Adrian Vera was there, and Mike Bowe, and you and me for that episode.
It was great.
Yeah, Rooster's 40th birthday. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it. And that was when we made a commitment that we were going to take the show on the road, and we were going to go to different places. Like we went to Burford.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Leamington, not with the band at that time, but with just me and Jane did a show in Leamington the one time. And remember that? We tried to get the word out, to spread it like grassroots. We wanted to grassroots it,
We went to Kelowna, BC.
Yeah, we went to, but that was just a vacation. That was a disguised vacation.
But we did a show.
We did a show, yeah. That's different, though. I'm talking when we go to a place for the purpose of a show.
Well, you brought your gear.
I guess so. If I was like writing it off for the tax man, I would write that off. I say it was show purpose. I did a show.
Fucking right, we did.
I did a show. So I get to write it, but I can't. I don't have the balls to do that anymore. Especially after the way I treated CRA. I got audited, right? On the behalf of a company that I represent.
Just now? Like this year?
Yeah, like a month
ago. Getting audited is the fucking worst.
Like for the last 6 shows at least I've had on my paper of show prep, CRA audit, like Canada Revenue Agency audit,
Fuck them.
What?
I'm going to say it right on air. Fuck you, CRA.
Wow.
Okay. I'm really shocked at this because Charters usually plays the more conservative role on the show. It's usually he's talking me off the ledge,
Yeah, and you know what? When you're conservative, you shouldn't get fucking audited. So fuck them. I got audited too. Not this year, but in the past. And I didn't fucking like it.
I didn't like it either, but I had a different attitude. I'll tell you that right now. This was my attitude. I treated it like I don't know the rules because that
easy for you to say.
What?
What he means to say, people, is requires.
I do not like using the QU. The Q and the U's relationship seems too like interdependent, and I just don't. I don't like to like.
Yeah. Why don't you go out on your own once in a while? Q?
Yeah. What do you need you? Why do you need the U all the time, Q? Just go out, Q. Go out without you. You can be Q without you.
LGBTQ. It's on its own.
It's on its own. There's no you there. I know you're sitting there. You feel a little alone.
Qatar
didn't need fucking Q or you, did it? You know what I'm saying? Qatar didn't need it. It turned into a K then.
Fuck
the Q goes on its own. He turns into a K. Q's all fucking feels bold. I don't have the U around. He wants me to be the Q all the time, but I'm like, I want to make K sound. I don't want to go qua. I don't want to go qua. I want to go K.
Yeah.
Hey?
4 letters that can go fuck themselves. Q and CRA.
You don't like Q. I was blaming it on you. I thought you was kind of like a tag.
Me?
No, you.
Oh, the letter U. What is this?
I like how that was almost like the Who's on First bit.
Almost.
Until Dave went no the letter Q. If Dave was like if we were Abbott and Costello, it would go Who's on First, and I'd go I don't know. No, third base. And then, are you talking about the guy's names? Or is his name actually who? that would be the end of the bit,
Yeah.
right, Dave?
Yeah.
You see how you?
Groan.
That's like that's like a.
That's what I do.
That bit was from like what the 30s or something.
Yeah,
Of
the old vaudeville days.
old vaudeville, right? And that's that formula has been used a zillion times in comedy, right? Like a zillion times over, right? That same "Who's on First" thing. I just saw it on a commercial the other day. They worked it in. It was the same joke, right? The same premise.
Yeah.
And even still, with something that old and like ingrained into our nature and culture, you still fucked it up, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, sometimes they say you want to have a sidekick on a talk show like this that makes you look like you are that makes you look good. You know, it would be like having an ugly bridesmaid or having like a shitty opening act. You know, that makes you look like a good headliner, even because you're not a headliner. You're just pretending to be a headliner, so you get someone who looks real shitty, and then you look good by comparison. You know what I mean? And then
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah. Yeah, like if you're gonna play a big tour, do you want to get a band that's better than you to open for you every time on tour?
No, and if they're better, you better make their sound real shitty.
Yeah, and definitely their light show's got to be garbage, and you can't make them look like the head.
Yeah, remember we saw the Arctic Monkeys open for Queens of the Stone Age, and their sound was just shit for the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, but you know what I'd love to see is a tour of 3 bands, let's say, 3 bands who are like equals. And sometimes you go and the one band closes and sometimes another band closes and it kind of rotates through, you know, like they all just take their turns. It's like a...
Guns N' Roses and Metallica did that in the early 90s, and it didn't really work out.
No, but they didn't do that.
There's only 2, but...
Yeah, but
Faith
Metallica
No More was on that tour.
Metallica opened for Guns N' Roses on that tour. Metallica never...
But it was a co-headliner, too. I mean, you can't have them both playing at the same... Somebody's got to go first.
Yeah, I know, but Metallica always went first. That's what I mean. It wasn't like flip-flop, you know? It was always Metallica went first, but Metallica like blew them out of the water, performance-wise, and then they ended up looking shitty, and then Metallica couldn't open for anyone after that. They had to headline because nobody would want them to open for him anymore because he couldn't follow him. And Guns N' Roses found that out because they were like established and kind of like already huge, and Metallica was kind of had like a cult following, you know, like a small like they used to be real heavy and people like it was just like real metal guys that like Metallica, and then they all of a sudden that was when they hit it like mainstream, yeah. When they all of a sudden hit it big and then they became like the biggest band ever or whatever.
Yeah, like let's say the Nocturnal Emissions and Crown the Lion and the McCartney years all toured together. You never know who is going to close.
It'd be the weirdest fucking tour.
That would be a great tour.
I'm out.
I think that we should have the Nocturnal Emission. No, I would say no, like a real like I say I'll put it on a real bill here for reals. I'd say like let's say the equal bands like you'd go like Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, Jack White.
Oh yeah.
They would be like
They're all headliners for sure.
they're all headliners, right? So if you had 3 headliners like that, but they're all buddies or something, they all got along, and then they would just be like, "Hey, man, tonight you're the headliner, and I'm the opener," you know.
Great.
And then you just didn't know what you're gonna get, which city you go to. You don't know what lineup you're gonna get, but
As a concert goer, that'd be great.
yeah, and everyone has a good light show, and everyone sounds good,
Yeah.
and it's good all the way through.
It's always good to not know what you're going to get. Like when we saw Jack White in Toronto, remember, and we didn't know if it was going to be the girl band or the guy band that played with him.
Yeah.
Like
I think that aspect of it is good, but what I'm also trying to get at is that the quality, like if you have like I remember we watched who was it that Arctic Monkeys opened for? It was like
It was Queens, right?
it was Queen. Was it
Yeah,
Queens?
Queens
Was
of
it Queens of Stone Age? And Arctic Monkeys are a great band, but they made them look like shit, right? At the beginning, it was all dark. Their lighting was garbage. The sound wasn't as good, and then the headliner came out and looked great, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't the opening band look great if they were trying to make the opening band look good? You know, if they had enough confidence in themselves to close, why couldn't the opening band look good too?
Right.
And give the audience an awesome show all the way through? Is what I'm asking.
There's no arc, then.
It's got to
You
always
start
get better.
Awesome, and then it's just awesome. There's nothing to compare that awesomeness to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the sheer fact that it's awesome
even
after
believe that
awesome
theory.
would be good, right? Like a they did a Billy Joel, Elton John
Yeah.
concert. So if you threw Paul Simon in there, I'm not saying I would go to that, but if you're in that crowd, you know, I guess you'd be excited when Paul Simon came out. Maybe you don't like Billy Joel as much or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't like Billy Joel. It's been established. I don't like Billy Joel, but I would go. You know what? I don't. But that's a good point, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's like more marketing, like corporate marketing, where they say like, hey, this is what you got to do. And if you can pull it off, like we went to that bridge school benefit that charters, you and I went to it in California, and it was
almost everyone was a
star-studded from
headliner.
top to bottom.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and you never really realize like, hey, I need a break or it's gonna get better or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just fucking cool the whole time, you know. Like the Foo Fighters were in the middle.
Yeah.
Tony
I
Bennett.
think Tony Bennett played after the Foo Fighters.
No, before.
Or just before. You're like,
Yeah, the Foo Fighters had to follow Tony Bennett, and they were bitching about it. You
and
know,
Tony Bennett killed it. Like,
because they're like, how are we supposed to follow that? Tony Bennett in San Francisco, you know, he's playing I Left My Heart in San Francisco to close. It sounds great.
just leaning on the piano,
Yeah.
crooning.
Oh, he's giving it. Like, even, like, I was taught by my dad. My dad does not like Tony Bennett. Never been a Tony Bennett fan. Willie. He believes that Tony Bennett is the character in The Godfather, you know, the is based on Tony Bennett because he believes Tony Bennett has no talent. And that. I thought it was based on Frank Sinatra, actually. Because Frank Sinatra needed a microphone.
That makes more sense.
Right? He didn't have a booming voice. He couldn't. He needed, once they had the amplified sound with a microphone, Frank Sinatra got to have a career. But if he had to be on stage like back in like the olden days or whatever, and he would and just sing, he would be like a piece of shit. Nobody would like Frank Sinatra, right? Because he didn't have a strong enough voice to like project. You know what I mean? He had a good sounding voice, but it wasn't loud.
pipes.
Yeah, it didn't have the loudness.
Good tone.
Yeah.
Let's
Where
do a
Tony
break.
Bennett actually, when I saw him in person, my point was, even though my dad had it ingrained in my head that Tony Bennett is garbage and I would not like him, and I had that really going into it. Like I believe my dad. Like I thought he was a good judge of character, and I was gonna like this guy's gonna be garbage. But I tell you, he was great.
He was really good.
He was
Yeah.
like good. Like you were watching him and you're like, this old man's a good singer, man.
Yeah,
He's
the
really
whole
nailing
crowd
it.
was into it. Like,
Yeah,
it was-
he
it was
got
amazing.
everybody into it. And at the beginning, people were all like, "Oh, what the hell's Tony Bennett doing here with all these rock stars?" And then they're all like,
Like, oh,
"Oh,
that's
this
what he's
guy's
doing."
really talented."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. So I don't know if he was that guy from The Godfather. I'm gonna go with my Frank Sinatra theory.
I think so. Let's do a
Or-
birthday shot.
Geraldo.
Yeah.
Geraldo. Birthday shot is on our wheel. You want me to introduce the wheel?
Geraldo? Like Rivera?
No, Geraldo. You know Geraldo?
Rivera?
Like the talk show?
The rapper guy?
He's a singer.
Singer?
Yeah, he's a singer.
Late 90s?
Anyone?
Rico.
Suave.
Suave.
Oh.
You know Rico Suave?
Yeah.
Geraldo.
Oh.
That's who sings Rico Suave.
Oh.
Did you think his name was Rico Suave?
I didn't even know it was a song. I've just heard people say Rico.
You've
Suave.
never heard the song Rico Suave?
No.
Are you kidding me? Cheddars is lying.
Yeah.
You heard it. You've sang it in your car. And you've kind of thought homosexual thoughts about Geraldo. I'm thinking all three of those things he's done.
All right.
Then his Catholicness
I'm
kicks
gonna
in.
look it up.
Then his guilt takes over, and then you block it
block
out,
it
and you
out.
say, "I've never heard Geraldo anymore. I've never heard Rico Suave." Right? You know that song, man.
Of
If
course he does.
someone would put it on their phone, hey Jane, hey Shaz, can you put Rico Suave on
Hey,
your
they're
phone?
pouring
Do you have a
shots
pho-
over
oh,
there.
you have a flip
I
phone.
have a flip phone and it's in my
Hey,
car.
Yeah. I like Shazma because he's young, so I think he's like
No, I'm-
more and he is because he's like he's in that world of technology and he's talented and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, he's got cameras and all kinds of
But then
shit.
part
would
of him,
think.
part
You
of
would
Shaz goes like to the
X-ray vision with those new glasses.
goes back to like the Stone Ages. Part of Shaz goes back to like I don't even want a chainsaw. I want to chop the tree with my with a stone that I
Fucking-
sharpened with
Yeah.
with what do you sharpen a stone with? Steel?
Another stone.
just chip
Another
it.
stone.
Yeah.
You just chisel it away.
Chisel it away on your front porch.
I got a question for you, Shaz. Is Oakland in the playoffs?
No, they got beat out in the wild card game.
Ah, but you're still rocking the hat.
Yeah, so.
I thought you're a Jays fan, but I guess you're an Oakland fan too.
I'm also an Oakland fan.
You know what he also likes? Hats.
Got
You're a
whole
hat
bu-
fan.
I got a lot of
Hat
hats.
fan.
But I do wear hats of ball teams that I actually watch.
Yeah, I know you're a baseball fan. So,
But I know Oakland got
who are
beat
you
up.
cheering for in the playoffs?
I don't know. I guess who's left? So Milwaukee and L.A. and then Boston and Houston. Houston still in there?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it, but
I don't know. I don't really. I guess I like Milwaukee if
Yeah.
that's the picks to go right now.
Beer Town, fucking right.
Milwaukee's in the.
Laverne and Shirley.
See, that's how I'm so out of sports. Milwaukee's in the playoffs,
Potato,
Oh, yeah.
potato.
Milwaukee's definitely up there.
and they're good too, right?
Yeah.
I thought they were sucked forever, eh? Did they?
I don't know.
They've been good the last few years.
Yeah. Would you ever? Okay, Shazma, do you have a hat of a professional ball team that you'd love to wear, but you hate the team? You like the hat, hate the team.
I have a red Texas hat that I'll never wear.
All right, because you can't stand
I don't
Texas.
like Texas after that whole debacle with the Jays and people getting punched out and stuff.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I like that
Fuck
series,
Texas.
man. That was a great series.
Yeah, so I can't wear the hat.
You own it though. You actually own it.
It was given to me with a bunch of hats. I have a bucket full of hats.
Do you have a sports team, a piece of clothing that you won't wear? You got it, but you won't wear it? Because you must have in a case of beer or something like that. You get like a free toque or something. It's got like the.
No. I would give it away or throw it in the garbage.
Okay, like
I'm not a big sports fan though, but
if you get a case of beer and it comes with a free hat.
I got a case of beer that had a bunch of logos on the cans, like football teams. There was 6 different football teams on the cans, their logos, and I drank every beer in the case.
Okay, that's not my
And then
question.
I recycled them.
That wasn't even at all my question. What are you doing? You go now. You have to answer the fucking question this time. Pay attention, okay? I even forgot it. Do you remember what I asked him?
If I have a piece of clothing.
Yeah,
that I-
you. But in the case of beer, sometimes you know how you get free shit.
Yeah.
Well, you get a free hat or something, right?
He answered it. He said no.
Yeah, I don't. I never buy those cases of beer.
You don't buy Budweiser, or
No.
Bud Light.
If there's a football or something in the Budweiser, I will not buy it because there's something in it that I don't want.
If there's a T-shirt,
Yeah.
you won't buy the case of beer because there's a T-shirt in it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's different. I never met a person like you in my life.
You just fight incentive. You're just like, I could get something extra, but I don't want
Yeah, fuck
it.
that.
If it's something extra that I like, I'll buy it. If it's a
Like
beer
a
I like,
football?
I wouldn't buy something for the incentive if I don't like the product, and I won't buy the product if the incentive is something I don't like
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's where I differ from you. I would just buy the product I like.
for free shit.
If I get no, not for the free shit. If the free shit's in there, I'm like, oh, free shit.
What do you have? What
I'm
sports,
still buying the shit I'm
What
gonna.
sports clothing do you have that you won't wear or will wear?
You open that fucking cupboard up there and look at all the shit that'll pour out of it. There's Green Bay hats and there's goddamn what is that? There's a Green Bay T-shirt.
Hey.
Hey, there's more sports
Oh, I'd never
clothing
wear
up in there for anybody who likes any sports team. And you know what? It's Pete Van Dyke's birthday today. After the show, everyone in this room gets to raid this cabinet.
Oh yeah.
Take whatever you want out of it. Everybody gets one item. One item.
Don't be greedy. Don't
One
be
item.
greedy.
One
got
item.
Got any Canuck stuff?
One shirt.
I doubt it.
Uh,
I doubt it. It's probably mostly like football, American football stuff. That's what's up there. I don't know about football, eh? That's the thing. I never ever played it, and I don't know the rules. And I watch it on Super Bowl when I get drunk and eat chili. I thought that was really fun. And I would be like one of the people that would be in the room with the girls talking about the uniforms because I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
At
Eating
all.
the chili you made that is so hot you can barely eat one spoonful of it.
Yeah, isn't this a
It's
fun
so good.
party? And they're like, shh, the guy's going to fucking blank the blank. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Right? I'm like, great game. I watch a halftime show with the girls. Clean
Britney
up
Spears.
the chili. When it's like the fourth quarter at the end, when everybody's like really quiet, and we're just washing dishes laughing because I'm so hammered.
Speaking of hammered, where's the birthday shots?
Oh, yeah. How's that coming along?
Well, I thought you said you wanted.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the wheel. Let's go to the wheel.
Yeah.
We have a wheel for my birthday. It's called the Wheel of Birthday Fun. It's got, I think, 8 subjects on it, or 8 topics or sections on it. And you'll notice at the top here, we got birthday shot. It starts out there.
yeah.
Hey,
So there's no need to spin it. It's already at the very top.
Those shots, Jake?
Beside birthday shot is a category called Go Deep with Pete. Beside that is Can I Get Some Weed? Beside that is a picture of Michael Bow looking like a some sort of an Amish person.
Just another Friday night for Michael.
The next category, Doug Ford, followed by Hello Belgium and Count Your Blessings, and a picture of a very pleasant looking Kev Belanger. And it brings us back to birthday shots, everyone. So
Thanks, Paul.
we've got to have a
What is
one.
that? Carrot juice?
Wait, what's going on?
What is this?
What's going on?
Which one do we do first?
It's not happening.
Well, we'll do this one first, or whatever you'd like first. And then, so everybody, this is just for the birthday. This is kind of getting ahead of themselves, but everyone to live from the Dutch Hall for the 5th birthday show. It's really a birthday show for everybody. And thank you very much for everybody coming in today. And Braden, you know what? I feel sorry about saying you were a sub, because Charge set me right.
I'm clearly a dom.
He's
Yeah.
so dominant.
Yeah, he's definitely a dom.
You're
You
a
know,
dom.
there's no way he would be a. Anyways, cheers, everyone. Pros.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What do they say in Germany, Steve?
Do we really drink carrot juice? Is that what's going on?
Did you drink carrot juice?
Not yet.
Carrot juice is fucking delicious.
Did you try it?
Great.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Oh, I hate Jägermeister.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to drink alcohol because it's bad. And
Quite nice, really.
but then I got a list of foods that are good and a list of foods that are bad. The good ones are like very few, and the bad ones are like all of them. I walked around a grocery store for like a fucking hour, just being like, I found 4 things I could eat.
Oh, do you have to go to that little middle section where it's all like the
Natural
the
values.
natural shit?
They don't put anything that I need together. No, and that natural shit. Read the fucking
It's
labels.
bullshit, right?
I can't eat that
There's
either.
potato chips in there.
I can't eat any of that fucking shit. Like, I swear to God, I couldn't find a granola bar I could eat. I couldn't find I found one thing of oatmeal. I got walnuts, carrots, and then I got some fucking carrot juice from me. So everybody's Jane made this carrot juice,
Delicious.
and this is showing
Is
you
this straight up
that
carrot juice?
when you get to be my age, this is the I'll call the future that you'll have to look forward to, Charters, when you turn my
Is
age.
there booze in it?
There's no booze in this.
Oh.
This is your booze. This will be my booze in the future, carrot juice, because I am too old to drink alcohol anymore. I have to give up all the pleasures of life and just drink this shit from now
Oh,
on.
that's good. Carrot juice.
This is my new life I live it.
God.
If I want, you think you're gonna
It's good.
outlive me,
I liked
Charters?
it.
Drink this. You're gonna do it, man. You're gonna outlive me.
It's good. It's surprisingly tasty.
I'm sure Jane squeezes a good carrot.
Yeah, Jane actually put a pail of carrots in the kitchen, and just stomped on her feet until they turned into juice.
I don't like it.
What?
What's up, Doc?
Drink it all the way down. Like, you gotta do it like a shot. No, not little nips. You drink it like a whole all the way down. Now you
so
get the
gross.
full carrot. You get the full carrot.
It tastes like a carrot, but it's not a carrot.
It is a carrot.
It was a carrot.
It tastes exactly like a carrot. Do you think carrots are gross when you eat carrots,
No, I
Dave?
like carrots, but that's
I like the crunch of a carrot.
It's a carrot soup.
How can he say he likes carrots?
Do you like carrot soup?
probably.
It's
I don't like carrot juice because it's
just cold carrot soup.
it tastes exactly like a carrot, which he likes. Oh, I don't like it this way.
It's a gazpacho.
You're still getting drunk tonight, though, right?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've drank all these. There's a little bit of a cheat. I have
get one
odd
thing straight.
cheats. Thursday night, alcohol. A little bit of alcohol on Thursday nights.
Mostly carrot juice.
A little bit of carrot juice. And then I do another cheat. It's called...
Your own jizz.
Oh, we'll get to it on the wheel. We'll get to it on the wheel. But before the wheel, we got to do a segment we call feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback. Feedback. Motherfucking feedback.
Motherfucking feedback.
Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This week's program is brought to you by our friends at Amazon. Go to the website, click on the Amazon banner. If you don't see an Amazon banner, it's because you have ad blockers on. And then
Stupid.
shut him off temporarily, and don't listen to Charters. He doesn't have to insult you so much. Just put the ad blockers off. Click on it. Do your shopping. We get money, not the bald guy, and that's going to take over the world. He gets less money. He's like what's the Superman guy?
Clark Kent.
No, bald guy.
Lex Luthor.
Lex
Oh.
Luthor. That guy that owns Amazon is like the real life Lex Luthor, right?
He's probably doing some crazy shit in his lab.
Yeah, I find them to be
His
evil.
lair.
I find their whole company to be shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to shop there anyways, you might as well give us the money, not them, right?
Simple. Comes right to your door.
You like Amazon, you're going to shop there anyway. But if you think they're evil, then give them less money and give it to us by going to Live from the Dutch Hall, click on the banner, blah, blah,
Even
blah.
my 12-year-old can do it.
Yeah, people have done it. And it's made us literally tens of dollars. Tens. And Nurpak.
The beef people.
Did you notice that, Paul? Did you notice what Paul did right there?
Yeah, he was lively.
That was an enthusiastic
Sure was.
Norpak.
The beef people.
That is not Paul mailing it in.
Wow.
That's Paul being a real life fucking professional on this commercial because he knows Norpak
The beef people.
came through once
Oh,
we
yeah.
bitched about him on air.
Look at your shirt.
Man.
Look at this shirt.
times.
They gave me a T-shirt. They gave me another
nice.
shirt for Charters. It didn't fit him. It was actually for Paul.
What a whole bag of
It did.
Oh,
It
we
did
put a
fit.
big dent in those.
a whole bag of them.
Yeah. That was a lot fuller at the beginning of the show. I'll tell you that.
You leave them at the bar.
Yeah, those pepperettes are delicious.
Thanks, Danusha.
And I'll tell you what he also gave us is a special steak. And he said it's only for me and Jane to be eaten on a special occasion where it's romance followed by mouth sex. Oh, I don't know. I know. Sorry about that, Jane. I don't know. It was him. Sponsor. That's what he wants.
It's weird, but we'll do it.
I didn't read about that in the Bible, but, if a sponsor says it, I don't know. Confused. It's a different age now. Come on, baby. Anyways, and Yarmy Electric, you know what Yarmy Electric is? Bunch of true professionals,
Oh, yeah.
They're so professional, as a matter of fact, that they have so much business, they don't fucking need yours. How about you let my cousin Derek have a rest for a second, okay? Okay? He bangs people. He has babies. He makes electricity fly through wires and shit.
And he's fucking busy.
And he's tired. He doesn't need more of your garbage. What he needs to do is get over the harvest hump, come to the church, turn some fucking lights on there,
Yeah, I got a hot tub too.
make magic happen, give Polly a hot tub, What Derek is he's ingrained in this Van Dyke family, and we've become quite a self-fulfilling infrastructure, right? Like the Van Dyke family just breeds business, and then we service our own business. We're like Hutterites or something,
Hutterites?
Yeah, like we're our own commune. Like we could be self-enclosed. I think we could make our own Van Dyke society that doesn't need the rest of the world, because what do we need outside of our family?
I don't know.
If the shit hit the fan and the zombies came in, me and the Van Dykes are gonna be fine.
You got a gun guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got gun
We
guys.
got gun guys.
Yeah, for sure.
What
My
about a
brother-
hatchet man?
Oh, you ever seen your neighbor swing an axe? He's fucking ready.
Oh, Jesus, that's how he works out. It's like keeps his girlish figure.
Yeah, we're looking for a plumber.
You're talking about Sarah, right? What?
We don't have a plumber.
We need a plumber, though. We're hoping Julie will date a plumber. My cousin Julie needs to date a plumber.
Yeah,
She's against it. I've told her many times.
she needs a plumber.
Yeah, maybe I'll take Julie to. I'll just say, hey, Julie, because she's my number one cousin. Like it's clear we've said it on the air before, right? And Julie actually sent me a nice birthday message as part of feedback. We got feedback because Julie Franklin is also a super fan of the show. She listens at her place of work, where she's on the line doing like what is that, like manufacturing? She does manufacturing. She's in the world the world of industry, like Charters is. World of industry. Is that what you are? Are you
Yeah.
the master of industry? Is that your title?
Some might say.
Yeah. Do you have a business card that says Dave Charters, Master of Industry?
No, it got rejected.
But can you? I'm gonna be serious right now, Dave, with you. Master of Industry. Give it a little consideration. you might be the master of industry. Like, who has got the title master of industry?
Just me.
Nobody else has it, right? I don't know a master of industry other than you. That's you, right?
Yep.
Then you're the fucking master of industry, dude.
Should be able to go on my business card.
Yes. Vistaprint. They're not even a sponsor of the show, but I know they got a deal going on, man. You get like a fucking 100 of them.
Can I give him like my business card and say just scratch out this part and write master of industry? But make it look exactly the same.
If that's the design you want, and that's the design you get from Vistaprint, man. I know that's what they're all about. That's not even a sponsor of the show, but Vistaprint,
But they will
you
be
should
soon.
be. I might contact you next week because we can make this work. We're going to give Charters some business cards, master of industry. And then what are you going to do with it, Charters? Think about
Well,
what you could do with those cards.
I'll hand it out.
Who are you going to hand them to?
Everyone.
That's right, you are. And then people are going to know who you are. You are Dave Charters, master of industry, right?
Yeah.
And when they have an industry-related question, who are they going to ask?
Obviously me.
That's right, man. You're printing your own money. This is really working out.
Makes perfect sense.
That's it. Birthday Party Services, I would usually plug them at this point in time, but I ain't going to. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because this is our time to give Clean Flow their comeuppance.
Oh.
Hey, Clean Flow, you're our number one sponsor of this show. Number one, primary sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
From the very beginning, our favorite, we've always put you on top. We've said Clean Flow products are the best we've ever been, right?
Lube up your life.
Dave's put him in his butt.
Dave has done things with Clean Flow products that he shouldn't do. It was unhealthy.
Update the label, would you?
Yeah, because Dave, they're gonna.
I read every warning on there.
Yeah, but it didn't say not to do what he did. And you know, his kids aren't going to forget that. They're never going to forget that. They're going to remember that with that can stuck in that place. And it was horrible. Remember the screaming, Dave? Remember those children screaming? 4
Blocked.
Chargers children
I blocked it out.
just
Like
screaming.
Rico Suave.
Teresa trying to grab the tip of that can before
You
it
know.
sucks all the way in.
It's
right?
all slippery from
It's
the lube.
slippery from the lube, and it just keeps slipping through her fingers. And she goes, "I can't do it. I can't do it." Do you remember that? And the kids are like, "Why? Why am I watching this? Why can't we just go in another room? This house is huge." You know what I mean? And you're just like, "You will stay here and learn."
I don't remember that.
I've got a Clean Flow multi-tool that probably could have helped you out that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Shaz won it from a merch closet the one time. He's one of the only people that's
One
been able to
time.
go on a little shopping spree up there. But you know what? Tonight, everybody, whole room's going. Oprah! All right, we got to get through the feedback here. Number one, let's fly through this week. Let's fly through it this week. We got a lot of people that are like coming back. You know, Jane Townsend. Jane Townsend.
yeah.
You know, she helps me out with my insurance, and all of a sudden she was asking me a few questions, and I got turned on to the show. She decided to give it a check out. She came to watch me do stand up comedy one time. I remember
Wow.
when I did it in Delhi, and it was a rowdy night where people were very horrible at that place. Made me regret ever doing comedy in my hometown again, for real. But I will do it again, I promise, Jane. And Jane, she came back. She took a couple weeks off of feedback, and now she's back. Jane says, I wasn't able to watch your show for a couple of weeks, but then I was able to binge on 3 episodes and got my fix of laughter.
Wow.
I actually found the latest show to be educational.
Last week's show?
Yes, the last week's show. Do you remember the title of it? It was called
Thin lip blowjob.
Thin Lip Blowjob. Very educational program. And you know what? I appreciate that. Because what we mean to do here with our program, Thin Lip Blowjob, especially when I titled it, I thought, you know what? This is going to go out to the kids that need to learn. They need to learn. She said, oh, LOL, she says.
Oh.
That was a joke. I'm sorry. I took it too serious.
Lots of love.
Oh, give me lots of love. Thank you, Dave. I thought it was laughing at me. Oh, wait. Where was I? I wasn't able to watch your show. I actually found LOL. You taught me something about myself I didn't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but I apparently must be like the back of the room. I must like the back of the room humor, although I don't really know what that is. because I thought your Bill Cosby joke was funny. Keep the laughter coming. Hey, Jane, if you like that Bill Cosby joke, I just told you the premise. That was just the premise of the joke. When I really get into the details of Bill Cosby's like method acting for the role of Heathcliff Huxtable, you know, his method acting, how deep he got into the role of Heathcliff, how deep he got into the training to be an OBGYN in New York City, the depths he went to, the Hollywood starlet's fibroids he removed. Now that man's sitting in prison. Anyways, you know.
What do you get? 3 to
She doesn't
3 to
know.
10, baby.
So Jane doesn't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to be a back of the room comic. Okay, in my books, it's a good thing, or to get the back of the room jokes. Right. In my book, it's a good thing. It means that your brain is absolutely broken. You will never fix that thing. It's going to be this way forever. Just ride it out. You're one of us. You're in the right place. You're listening live from the Dutch Hall. We're going to take this ride together, Jane. But if you are the back of the room humor fan, you are going to definitely like this program because no one gets us at all. So that's what they mean when they say back of the room. It's like what the only like 4 people get, but they really think it's funny, and the rest of the crowd scratches their head. That's back of the room humor. So it's like it's great because the real artists think you're like terrific, but the whole audience think you stink, right? Like the masses hate it, and then everyone just like, but the people in the back are saying, "Oh man, I don't know how you did that," and you're like, "Are you kidding me? They all hate me." Like, everyone hates me. And they're like, yeah, but I think it's funny. I was glad you said it, right? I said a made-up thing about Bill Cosby. I don't get it, you know? So when Jane doesn't get it, everyone doesn't get it, Jane. Don't worry about it. But you are one of us. It's proven with your feedback. Thank you very much for continuing to listen. You know what? Let's go right to our regulars here. We got to go into this lady that... she's been a great fan of the show, a sponsor. I'm going to call her. She's from Delhi, Ontario. She runs a place called The Second Mouse. She's our friend, the Cheese Lady. It's time to check on her.
Checking on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, always having fun. Checking on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, always on the run. We're checking on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, always having fun. Checking on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, checking out her bum.
Oh, Cheese Lady, we're just kidding. This is the Me Too generation. We would never look at your bum unless we were a doctor looking for some sort of issues.
Why wouldn't you look at her bum?
It's a Me Too generation. It's
What does that
against
mean?
the rules. You're supposed to ask for consent to look at her bum.
Come on.
You're like, may I look at your bum, please? Can I have consent to look at your bum? And then she'll say, yes, you may have consent to look at my bum. And you look at your bum and say, may I have consent to give you feedback about your bum? And the band plays behind me.
That's ridiculous.
I want you guys to be around when I do that. Yeah, that's ridiculous, but that's the way of the world, Dave. This is what your children, your boys, your sons.
There's 3 girls in here.
Good math.
Number one, these 3 girls that are in here tonight have all lived in the generation before Me Too, when it used to be guys
on.
just pawing at them, you
It
know?
used to be just me.
What?
It used to be just me.
Yeah, just you, yeah.
Not me too, just me.
Just me, yeah, yeah. Oh, those are good times, eh?
Or you never.
Guys look at your bum, you don't mind, do you? If guys look at your bum, it's kind of nice, isn't it? Come on.
How come when you look back at a girl, when you're walking down the street and you look back at a girl, look at her bum, she never looks back. Even if she likes you, she won't look back. Even if she's interested in your bum, do you look back? Girls don't look back like guys look back. Guys look back, girls don't. Girls look at other girls. Girls check out other girls to see what they're wearing, how they got that guy. If they see a hot guy, they look at the girl the guy's with. They check out the girl he's with. If like I notice that if I'm with my wife and I'm walking somewhere and a girl looks at me and thinks I'm attractive, she right away looks at my wife and starts really then
Comparing herself to your
and
wife.
she's focused on my wife, and then I'm like, oh, I take that as a compliment. Oh.
Judging. We're like gathering information.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're saying, how do I get a guy like that? I got to figure out what this broad's got going on here. You know, what decisions should she
We're
made?
shrewd.
Is it because of those shoes? Those are pretty cute shoes. I like those shoes. You know what I mean? Like that's the way girls are. They're like, oh, is it the way she's wearing her hair? Oh, is it? What is she? What is like? What is? How did she get that dude? Right? You know, that's what girls do. And they're
it's,
like,
it's a different action, but I think it comes from the same place.
what do you mean? Say it. Explain to me.
What I mean is, you look at girls' bums, and you're like looking at girls' bums as like a man looking at a woman as like from an animalistic
Yeah.
place. You're like, could I procreate with that woman? I'd
Yeah.
like to.
Yeah.
And the women, it comes from the same place. I think they might be. They look at the guy. They're like, could I procreate with him? Yeah, this girl's procreating with him. What's she doing that I could do to procreate with him? It comes from the same place.
We're going one step farther than men think. We
Yeah.
are multitasking.
Yeah, we're not as smart as them,
Yeah. No.
but
no,
it comes
no,
from
no.
the same
Whoa, whoa,
animalistic.
whoa. I would
need
like
to-
to slow this whole thing down a bit here, okay? Because Jane just said something. She's like, she's smarter because she's thinking about how am I going to replicate what this other person did to get this guy's penis
Yeah,
inside of her, right?
that's totally a
And
step further.
what?
Strategic.
It's a step further because we're just like, oh, I'd like to get with that, and the girls are like, how can I get with that?
Dave, we are looking at the place to put our penis. That is effective and direct. We are going right for the fucking goal, dude. We're the best. We're efficient. They're taking extra steps. We're going right for the puss, man.
Yeah, but you're not getting the puss
What?
like that.
Well, how do you say that?
Our method worked like in the Stone Ages when you had a club and you could just go and club her, bring her back to your cave,
What?
roll the stone across the cave opening, dim the
Oh, great
lights.
day. Great times. Great times.
The good old
Yeah, we
days.
still have the same mentality. We're just like, oh yeah, gotta get with that. The girls are like, I gotta figure out how to get with that.
Strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
Well,
play
they
chess,
beat
we
us at
play
everything.
checkers.
Is my point.
They're smart. They are smarter than us, but we still get the stuff done. Is what I'm saying. I mean, you don't like our style, but our results have been pretty good over the years. We've had a winning streak of forever. Okay, forever. We just started losing like maybe 10 years ago, and we're probably gonna lose for the rest of
Yeah.
our life.
And really,
Like,
we could just go find sperm.
Yeah, that's what's happening now.
yeah. Well, I can just go find.
Pete, I'm pretty sure the whole scenario of the girl looking at Jane, wondering, it never happened to you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Plenty of times. Two things are happening here. They're checking on my wife because they're saying, like, what is she doing to get him? Or they're saying,
How did
what is she doing with him?
Yeah.
It was two of those
What can
things.
I do to not get him?
Yeah, like what? Like, why did you do this to yourself? Like, he's like, obvious. This guy's a mess.
Looks
You
like
know?
nothing's wrong with
You're
her.
a good-looking woman.
Now, Paul,
She
you're
looks
missing.
fine.
You can say what you like, Paul, but there's a. I'm 45 years old. I'm gonna wait till the wheels spin to tell you, but I have a comeback for you, and I'm gonna wait till I get on this spot on the wheel. I'm gonna tell you that right
Spin it
now.
up. Get us some beers, Polly.
Is that it? Are we done feedback? Oh, we have to go Haitian dwarf. Haitian dwarf. Give me a word that rhymes with suit.
Was what?
Clute,
Clute?
butte,
Boot.
Boot?
butte.
Coot. Cooter.
Shoot.
Loot. Give it a loot.
Toot, patoot.
Minute.
Steve, what are the chords?
A, D. There's a B.
The poop shoot.
I got it.
Poop shoot, yeah. Hi ho, it's off to bed we go.
Yeah, that's for the Haitian dwarf. That's it.
Thanks,
We
Polly.
did it. We did it, everybody.
Fucking terrible.
we
We broke it.
we did it. We finally did it. Haitian dwarf. He's been with us since the very beginning of our program. And you know what about the Haitian dwarf? he has always been. Hey, Joe Rylitz here. Just to finish off, he says,
Joey.
"Happy birthday, Pete! The reluctant German on drums. Awesome.
Oh, he's watching live.
I came during the show. Does that count?"
Wow.
Joe, actually, I have never thought of us making people actually ejaculate with our program. You know, I thought about, we've had people on this show that have said you've helped us through our divorce, you know.
Yeah.
We've had people say that you've helped me through my mental illness, you know. We've had people say that you've helped us.
You helped me quit my job and start something new.
Who's done that?
I don't know.
No one's done that.
No.
Only I've done that. And
Well, people
everyone-
have watched.
Was it a good show?
They've watched me
they're wish-
fail completely, and then tell me I'm not doing that. I'm staying at my job. This guy's made a bad decision, one bad decision after another. Did you hear he bought a church? The guy's nuts. How is he going to make that work? It's never going to work. He's lost his fucking mind, right? I'm sorry, but that's what. No. That's my inner voice. Is that my inner voice? I might have to stop that. It might be my inner voice.
I think you gave so many people hope because isn't that one of the most watched show or most listened to shows?
The most listened to show is Quit Your Job, Return of the Rooster. Now, is it because I gave advice on how to quit your job, or is it because Dave Charters was fired from the show, was embridled into a bitter lawsuit, and then we
The
came,
drama.
I don't want you
We-
to dredge it up, but it was bullshit.
we made amends.
Hey.
The Return of the Rooster, we made amends, Dave. And you know how heartfelt that was? Remember when we cried in each other's arms?
I put it behind me.
That was after the show. Nobody got to see it on YouTube that time. But, you know, there was a period, if you listen to that show closely, you can listen to some dead air.
Yeah.
During that dead air is me and Dave just embracing
Just hugging it out.
and just sobbing in each other's arms. And I haven't seen something more gay than that since I saw Dave play with Mike Bowe at Derek Van Houten's wedding. That was the only thing. You sang John Lennon, John Legend, right into his face.
Yeah.
Right? Right into Mike
It seemed,
Bowe's
to,
face.
it seemed to just work better if we were looking at each other.
Were you even sharing
long.
a microphone?
Not at the start, but at the finish.
Yeah.
I just threw one microphone.
It was so
aside.
beautiful. It was just like the candle ceremony where two microphones became one at the end, and it was like two families melding into one flame. Remember that, Dave?
All of me was all of Michael.
So romantic.
Oh man, I had to sit there and MC. I was emceeing the wedding and watching them just gay out on stage.
I was watching it with Michael's mother.
You know, and I have nothing wrong with, like, I'm as open-minded about sexuality as they come. I'm not disparaging gay people at all. But when a straight person, two straight people, one with 4 kids and one who's just as straight as an arrow. Mike's obviously he doesn't have tendencies that way. You know, these are two straight guys, right? And they are doing the gayest thing you've ever seen. That's funny. Like, that's funny, you know? If it was two gay guys doing it, it would just be like, oh, okay, I guess this is their thing. I accept it. It's not funny, right? That's love or whatever. That's like, okay, it's like something that there's a real moment. Now I feel uncomfortable for the real moment. If there was a man and a woman doing it, I would feel uncomfortable too. It's a real moment, right? A man and a man were both heterosexual, acting gay to each other with serious conviction because they want to do this for their friend because it's his biggest
That's
thing.
so commendable.
It was a real privilege.
It was hilarious,
Beauty and
and
the Beeb.
I was honored and
Yeah.
ashamed at the same time.
But
Yeah.
I think the gayest thing you've ever seen and the gayest thing I've ever seen are probably two different things.
I would believe that. Would the gayest thing you ever see was it a dick real close?
No.
Okay.
Just the shaft. You couldn't see the tip.
You could just see it, yeah. We were both insinuating that you were blowing the dude, right? Oh, you don't take offense to it.
No comment.
That's it. We're done feedback, right? Oh, we didn't do the Haitian Dwarf. We didn't do him, right?
No. We just screwed up.
Haitian Dwarf. I have to go to iTunes here. iTunes. Haitian Dwarf. He goes. He gives us feedback every week on iTunes. This week he says Norfolk County Fair, 5 stars. He goes, sounds like a fun place. Do they have any dwarf-related activities at the Norfolk County Fair? And so I got to say, we forgot to talk about the Burford Fair as well.
Oh yeah.
The Burford Fair happened last week. Now,
Unfortunately, on the same weekend, but
why did they always do
it's
that?
always been on the same weekend. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, Burford Fair sounded like it had some real attractions. Dave got to see a wrestling
It
bout
was awesome.
that went through the whole
They had
midway.
a pin anywhere match for the finale, and it was a tag team match, a father-son duo against some heels. And they went, they left the ring. They knocked the ref out first, and then they left the ring, and they went all over the midway. They were smashing hay bales on each other and pumpkins. They went right up to the top of the super slide, and then like did a bit where they slid down the super slide and kicked the guy at the bottom when they got to the bottom. Oh, it was awesome.
That is awesome.
My 9-year-old daughter Sophia had a half-eaten lollipop, and she threw it right at the bad guy. She was all in. It was great.
Well, I'm telling you, like Charters told me the whole story, like with the details. You know, like this is what. Then the one guy, Charters knew, like the guy was like knocked out the ref, and then this guy got up, and these two were like brother tag teams or father and son or whatever.
Father-son, yeah.
And then he knew the whole story, and then he shows me the video on his phone. It's just like quiet, you know, like it's just like you're at a fair, and there's just a couple of guys punching each other way up at the top of the slide, right? Like, and it doesn't make any sense to me because I've watched only the clip of it, right?
Yeah.
But Charters has been in it since the beginning. They've taken him on
so
this
fun.
ride, and they've walked through the midway and watched these guys beat each other up. You know, like it's fantastic.
It was
That
really
sounds
fun.
better than like anything on TV. Like it's way better.
They did a couple of real dirty moves. They did the cheek, like the fish hooks on the cheeks.
Oh yeah.
They did that. And then they did the back rake. The one guy was back raking the other guy. Like, that's a dirty move, eh? You don't
Yeah.
rake the back.
Rake the back.
Yeah,
eh?
you know.
Smart.
Oh, it hurts a lot.
Yeah. You wouldn't want that. And then you put a little, maybe some vinegar on the back after, lemon juice, squeeze
yeah.
it right on his back.
You know what else they did? You know the thing where you put your head through the wooden
Tabasco?
frame? Like where you take your picture because you put your face in the... It's like a wooden thing that's painted with people, but you get
Yeah.
to put your head through it.
The gallows?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
No,
No,
not
no.
the gallows. It's just
The,
like a photo op
No,
thing.
no, it's called something, though.
A glory hole.
It's Is it a glory hole? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
but I'm not
gallows,
talking about
yeah.
gallows. This is like a photo op at the fair where it's like...
Well, you put your,
it's a
you put
painted
your head
plywood-
through a fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
like there's like a big
Yeah.
fat lady, and you put your
Yeah.
face in, and I'm
and
a
now
big
you're
fat
the
lady.
fat lady, yeah.
Or I'm like a
But
unicorn.
they put the wrestler's head through it and then elbowed him on the back of the head like to guillotine him on the... Like they pulled his head right through it. It was awesome.
Oh, they used one of those things? where
Oh,
you-
yeah. They were using everything. They went right out through the midway.
Did the crowd laugh a little bit when his head popped through?
No one was laughing. They were all like shouting. I couldn't believe the fans. There was fans there that I swear they follow these guys. They knew their names.
Oh,
It was
really?
like independent pro wrestling, I think it was called. And the fans were super intense. It really made the show.
You know,
The
pro
fans.
wrestling's going through a real resurgence right now, and it's making money like crazy. I like it. I like the storytelling of it. And you know, but Charles was saying his daughter saw the pumpkins were rigged, and they were saying that,
She totally did.
and she was calling him on it, saying that's crap or whatever.
Good honor.
And I'm like, it's true though. If you're gonna watch a movie, you don't want to see that the pumpkin's
Yeah.
rigged in the movie either,
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
But to say it looks fake or it is fake, I got proof now. Well, you didn't need proof. It was fake from the
Yeah.
beginning.
I should have educated her, but we just stumbled upon it. So
You were like selling it like it was real. They're like, these guys are just
Well,
fighting.
I'm like, wrestling, it's awesome. Let's go watch.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wasn't trying to sell it, but I was just like, this is gonna be great. I didn't give them any context though. They'd never seen a real wrestling.
Still,
show.
whether there's cracks in that pumpkin or not, if it's a big heavy pumpkin, you still got
yeah.
all that big pumpkin like skin and stuff thrown at your body. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna still like have the weight of that or whatever.
As
But
fake as it was, there was a lot of reality to it. Like
you could hear the punches from the top of that slide
Oh,
on your
yeah.
camera. They were
Yeah.
actually hitting each other.
it was sick, and the suplexes and everything. Like the mat's hard and heavy. Like, and they're slapping each other in the face, and you like, it was loud.
Hey,
You
Paul.
could tell it hurt.
When me and you were having the last fight that we had, when you came at me and you were swinging at me, what percentage would you swing at me? What percent do you think you were swinging at me? For real?
Like 10%.
Okay. Because I knew it wasn't 100. It was like not real. Because you're gonna swing at me to hit me, but you weren't trying to kill me or nothing. Like you were like you still have to understand that you know. I was like, he wouldn't be hitting me 100%. Like when we were young and we'd fight each other, you're not like hurting them as much as you can hurt them. You always hurt them a little less. You know, you still
But
want
you
to
still
hurt
want to
them.
win.
Yeah, you hurt them, but you don't hurt them as much as you could hurt them. Like if you were like, if I hated them and it was a bitter fight or whatever, you'd be trying to hurt them, you know. But when you're just goofing around fighting, you just hurt them a little bit, you know. 60% punch. Like when my cousin punched you in the mouth and knocked your tooth out in Buffalo.
You chipped it.
I chipped your tooth. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Like that wasn't a full punch.
No.
That was like maybe a 40%er or something.
20, 30% maybe.
Yeah, but still enough to chip a tooth, right?
Yeah, it still hurt.
Yeah, it still hurts, right?
I'll
That's
never-
what I'm saying. Like
I'll never
that's
forgive
okay.
him.
And I've slapped you in the face and punched you in the face many times in my life,
Mm.
and never 100%, right?
One backhand that was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was pissed.
Whoa.
It rang my bell pretty good. I had a
Did I get a receipt? Did I get a receipt from that?
No. I was just silent for the next 3 hours on the ride home.
I still haven't got one, eh?
It's coming.
You've hit me before, though, haven't you? Have you hit me?
I don't think so.
When Dave does, he's
Ever
not gonna
even-
stop.
I've hit you a lot of times. Grade 9 against the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Punched you. I punched you and
I hurt you with words.
yeah, you did for relentless. I was bullied. I was a victim of bullying in grade 9 by Dave Charters and another friend of mine, and they were like relentless bullies of me in grade 9. And then I went to the back and I punched the big guy in the face.
Yeah, and he shut right up.
Prison rules, right? I was at the front of the bus with my sister because she was switched to a new high school in grade 10, so she was like a little bit like not really keen on the idea, you know. So she was like, I just felt bad for her, so I wanted to sit with her, and then 'cause she didn't know anybody, and then these dickheads would make fun of me all the time, and then one time I punched the big guy in the face, and the other time I took Dave and pushed him against the bus outside, and then we didn't really punch, but I think I
You got
kind
your
of
point across.
I got my point across that I wasn't going to put up with anything,
Mm.
and then and that didn't help with Charters, but with the other guy it helped. Charters still like pushes it, eh? That's kind of what I like about him, though. But now, but I've hit you a bunch of times since, and you never really came back. I think one of these times you're gonna fucking go ape shit on me, eh? Like it's gonna be years of me just like needling at you, and you just kind of register them all in the back of your head. Lori,
Sorry, Laurie.
I'm so sorry.
It might be coming.
Do you think that's gonna happen? That bubbling up moment?
It'll be like the Christmas story or whatever when the kid gets in that fight and just swears all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? That will be Dave when he beats the shit out of you.
And I'll just be like, he'll be like raining like punches, like just flailing punches at me, and I'll be like, I can't remember what I said. I'll be just like getting hit by him and thinking like, what was the joke? Like it was a really good one to get him to like snap, you know. I'd be trying to remember it and laughing probably.
Spin the fucking wheel. Would
Well,
ya?
how mad he is. Oh no, let's not do that one.
Okay.
'Cause we ran out of time.
Let's do this one.
Count your blessings. Let's do count
yeah.
your blessings. Okay, 45 years on this planet, and you got to think, well, you know, it can't be all bad. You must have done something with all your time to be able to get to 45 years. So you got to think back, reflect. You're like looking back at a life half lived, you know? What did I do with it?
A little more than half, I'd say.
Probably like 3/4 lived or whatever. But it's like a lot of it's gone, right? So I'm like, I'm not too bad with what I was doing. And when I started the show and I was 40, it was fine, right? But now it's, but I was like, it sucked. Like I did everything I was supposed to, and I was supposed to be happy about that time, but I wasn't. It was like horrible. And then, so to hit 40 and be kind of like, ugh, you know, I didn't like what I was doing at all. And now to be 45 and be like, oh, yeah, like it's, I at least got hope now that things are going to get cool. Things are going to be more
I'd say the
promising.
last 5 years are better than the 20 before it.
For me, it has been, yeah. Well, worse and better. Probably the hardest 5 years and the most accomplished at the same time, you know. Like as a person, you know, the least amount of money I've ever made, but the most I've accomplished as a person, I would say the last 5 years. Probably even since I've been a kid. Because I've been working since like I'm 4. All right. I was a child laborer. I like child labor.
There's not enough of that going around anymore.
No, you need child labor. People bitch about those kids making sneakers, but those little fuckers got enough for cigarettes, I'll tell you that. I saw it online. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, thank you guys for you guys are my blessing.
Oh,
Kev Belanger. You know when 2 people in our Nocturnal Emissions band decide they're not going to show up for Pete Van Dyke's birthday show, we have to punish them. And the first of the 2 people we punish is Kev Belanger, the French tickler, our CRTC required Frenchman.
Yep.
Did not show up today. Last minute cancellation.
yeah. He actually gave an I'm in earlier,
Yes.
and then
Followed by I'm out.
late in the game, I'm out.
So as per the tradition of this program, when somebody decides not to show up for our show, we decide to punish them by spreading dirty rumors about them behind their back.
Yep.
And this time I decided to use the game Cards Against Humanity to give us a little bit of a help. So if you look at your cards, I've given all of you people cards, white ones. So I will give you a sentence about Kev Belanger, and you have to look through your white cards to answer the question about Kev. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. Kev Belanger's got 99 problems, but this ain't one.
Brown people.
Kev loves brown people. Kev Belanger's got 99 problems, but this ain't one. You got one, girls? How about this one? How did Kev Belanger lose his virginity?
A sassy black woman.
Daniel Radcliffe's delicious asshole.
Inserted a mason jar into his anus.
Oh,
Grave robbing.
Newfies.
grave robbing. Grave robbing Newfies? Wow, Kev is a freak.
Fucking weird, man.
See, we overthink things. We took way too long to.
Yeah. I'm overthinking.
During sex, Kev Belanger likes to think about
Soup that's
A
too
stray,
hot.
a stray pube.
A tiny horse.
Eating the last known bison.
The Boy Scouts of America.
Syrupy sex with a maple tree.
Doing it
Wiping
in
her
the
butt.
butt.
wiping her butt and doing it.
Yeast.
Gets me hard.
Oh, wait. I never really truly understood blank until I encountered Kev Belanger.
The FLQ. I don't know what that is.
Strong female characters.
Horse meat.
Poor people.
AIDS.
A pirate's life.
Soup that is too hot.
The profoundly handicapped.
That's good. That's good. We got him.
Give her a spin. I hope it lands on Michael.
Oh, almost. Doug Ford. You know, we on this program, we've talked a lot about this guy, Rob Ford. If you've been a listener for a long time, back when Rob Ford was still alive, he was the mayor of Toronto. And he used to, and he talked about eating his wife's pussy and stuff like that in press conferences.
Yeah.
And it was great. And everyone loved it. All over the world, people loved this guy. But they all agreed that, like, he probably won't get elected again because he's crazy or whatever. And
There
then
was
he,
a video of him smoking crack.
yeah, there was cry. You know, this guy's great. Anyways, he died. But his brother is now the leader of our province.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Runs the entire thing.
Doing a great job.
Doug Ford. And, people have strong opinions about the man. Turns out he's you shouldn't judge a man by his brother's behavior, you know?
Yeah, you got that right.
If you judge me by my brother's behavior, I would be in big trouble. Big trouble.
Ditto.
I'd be finding the rolling papers all the time.
That's right. But Doug Ford, it turns out he seems to be not too far off. He's still a very entertaining fellow, at least, and he's got some strong ideas. And people are he's a very controversial figure. And I would say that I'm on the fence with Doug Ford. Charter's a big supporter. I'm on the fence. I'm just going to see. I like some of the things he's doing. I don't like other things he's doing. But this time, I think he's gone way too far. I think Doug Ford's gone way too far. He's managed to say in Ontario now, if you are a Sikh, a turban-wearing Sikh, you can ride a motorcycle without a helmet. And I'm telling you, Rob Ford, which one? Doug Ford. Doug Ford.
Doug.
Mr. Ford.
You've gone too far this time. You can't just pick who's that?
Dave.
You can't just pick a race
Definitely
of
not.
people, like a nationality, and then tell them that they don't have to be safe. You can't go say like, okay, all you Sikhs out there, no seat belts, don't read the labels, you don't have to refrigerate after opening. Like, fucking live it up.
Brain damage doesn't apply to you.
That's goddamn genocide, Chaz. He's gone too far, is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I don't care either way.
Population control.
All right, I'll spin it again then.
Oh!
I don't want to do that category. It's too
Mike
boring.
Bo. Mike Bo.
Yeah, birthday shot.
shot. Yeah.
Paul's got to do
Now
birthday
we're
shot unless
talking.
James has carrot juice in her
Want something a
bottle.
little stronger this time. Yeah.
Let's do Mike Bo anyways. While Paul's doing the birthday shot, let's just spin it again and go to Mike Bo.
Is there anything besides Jägermeister?
Hey.
Hey, Mike.
Would you like a limoncello?
Oh, I'd love a limoncello. Is it in the freezer?
Hey, Jane, grab a limoncello up top there. No, it's not in the freezer. It's on the cupboard. The freezer's frozen
Who
solid.
is that cute Amish-looking young boy?
That's Michael Bo. Now, let me tell you. Michael Bo, band leader, my dear sweet cousin. You know how I feel about him. He's dear to my heart.
One-time band leader. Let's call him that. One-time band. Like not that he did it once, but
That's
at
not
one
limoncello.
time.
He was at one time.
One time.
The hell is that? What is that, Dave? That might be
What is
bad.
that? It was good though. Keep him coming though.
Anyways, Mike Bo didn't show up.
Pete needs one. It's Pete's birthday.
My own cousin. And you know what? I got one right here. I nurtured Mike's talents like a baby bird. I've regurgitated nurturing vomit into his mouth week after week to try to support his talent. And yet, on my birthday, he does not show up. You know, the only thing, he did come on and bring our Norpac stuff today. He
Thanks to
apologized greatly. He was very sympathetic. But you know what, Michael? Rules are rules. You need to be punished. And I don't care about your parent, how much you celebrated Francis and Maris's nuptials last night, which were, obviously, Mike comes from the loins of Francis and Maris. And when they have to celebrate the anniversary of them tying the knot, which is on my birthday, Michael and his entire family, who are only exist due to the physical expression of their love,
Intimacy.
they celebrate that every year heartily. And Michael's wore out. He's tuckered out. But you have to be punished, Michael. So if you look at your white cards again, what did Michael find disturbing yet oddly charming?
Becoming a blueberry.
Catapults.
A bleached asshole.
$5 footlongs.
Paul's got the best cards.
Pulling out.
That's a good one. During sex, did we already do this one? Yeah, we did that one. During sex, blankly, Kevin needs to think about. What was the answer to when Mike confronted his father, my Uncle Marius? And he said, "Daddy, why is mommy crying?"
Classist undertones.
Anal beads.
Oh yeah.
Fiery poops.
That's my aunt you're talking about.
The invisible hand.
Oh.
The fiery poop.
Mine's no good.
In the new Disney Channel original movie, Michael Bowe struggles with blank for the first time.
Smallpox blankets.
Poopy diapers.
Waiting till marriage.
Mutually assured destruction.
Teaching a robot to love.
What did Michael bring back from Mexico?
Pedophiles.
Fiery poop.
A can of whoop ass.
Heartwarming orphans.
Muhammad.
That's where he was.
Just a proper name.
Multiple stab wounds.
Oh, you drank your birthday shot without us.
Oh, sorry.
You prick.
I thought I was all done. I was spilling it all over myself. Can you throw me a paper towel?
It's Mike Bowe again. Bitches.
Oh, yeah, let's just do the new weed rules.
Yeah.
We got like a week now, people.
6 days.
In 6 days, by the time we do the next program of this show, you would already be between 1 and 3 days away from getting your first order of legal marijuana in Canada. And I can't wait to try this stuff out. I hear it's great.
Where are you gonna get it, Pete?
Well, there's only one place in Ontario to get it, Shazma, and it's it's some website.
The OCS.
Yeah, the OCS. You're right.
Yeah. So you're not gonna have it on the 17th. Then you have to send it to you.
Yeah, between 1 and 3 days after the 17th, you're going to get it. That's right.
That's right.
So you have to go to one site in this whole province that we live in. It's giant. You can only get it from one place. It's ocs.ca at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday. You'll be able to get a whole bunch of stuff: dried flower, oils, capsules, pre-rolled joints, and accessories. No seeds yet. We don't want you growing it.
Can you get pretzels?
Huh?
No pretzels. No
Nope.
pretzels.
No edibles, right?
You just have to sit and wait for it to come to you.
Yeah, and then you got to prove you're 19, and then you can get all your shit, and then they send it to you. You have to pay with Visa or MasterCard. If you can't get a credit card, you can't smoke weed.
But yeah.
You have to be 19 and have credit enough to get a credit card. If you
Get
can't,
your shit together, people.
yeah, if you don't have your shit together, no dice.
You can get a prepaid credit card.
And then if a policeman finds you smoking weed on the 18th, they're gonna know you didn't get it from this guy.
Yeah, that's right. You can sign up now and prove that you're 19, but that's all it is. You have to go to this OCS.com. You
It's
buy
not
your
like-
weed. Are you going to do it, Dave?
It's not like the cops give you shit now for smoking weed, though.
Yeah,
right?
but they're gonna start now. They didn't before because don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have anything to ask you, but now they can ask you about it, and they're probably gonna charge you more, right? I think my biggest concern though, is there gonna be a weed tank the same way there's a beer
I hope
drunk
it's-
tank. You
I
know,
hope it's not the same tank. Hopefully, it's a separate tank.
worried about that.
I think it would be like there'd be a lot of great art created in that weed tank.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a bunch of dudes that look like me just wandering
Yeah.
down to the store at 4:30 in the afternoon,
They'll have a PlayStation in there and some
Yeah.
just
paint,
staring at the clouds.
Half the people weren't brought there; they just kind of wandered there.
acoustic guitar in the corner.
Just a bunch of beige walls.
They
with
thought it was a
pictures of other
drum-
people's disappointed parents.
Half the people just thought it was a drum circle. It's like, no, this is a weed tank, man. I'm forced to be here.
In the weed tank, they probably take your shoelaces, not because they think you're gonna hang yourself, but just so you have no fun, right? No cat's cradle, no arts and crafts, nothing.
There's gonna be a lot of conspiracy theories in that tank.
I'm scared, man, because it's gonna just create a bunch of rules. You're not gonna be able to do it anywhere fun, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Now that there's an adjustment period where people are just gonna have to get used to the fact it's not gonna change at all.
But for average guys like us, then nothing's gonna change.
No. Now they're talking about there going to be more testing at work. That people are going to get tested at work. But like, if you already work at one of those places, your work sucks already.
They don't
Like-
test for booze at work. Like the test is, do you smell like booze? Yeah.
Yeah, more people that are worried about you smoking weed are going to test. That's all. And the people that are already worried are already testing, so that they're not. They're just maybe test more. They don't. The people that aren't testing now, why would they test?
I
Because of the
anticipate
law
no
difference,
change.
right?
There's gonna be no change.
You just can't smoke at work,
Yeah, I just
so you
don't
can't
wanna-
drink at work.
I don't want to get pulled over and ask for a blood test though, because I've been pulled over high all the time and they just don't ask about it.
Yeah. Well, how is it high if it's always where you are? That's what I'm not for you in particular,
No,
but
not
like
for me in particular.
but like for people that are like use it for medicinally or whatever. Then how are you high? You're just where you always are. That's just your level.
Everybody's
they need to-
zero's different, you know.
They need to prove, like with alcohol, that your driving is worse when you're high. Has anyone proven that? I don't think
no
it's
one
been
has.
proven.
They haven't been able to conclusively prove that anywhere. But it doesn't matter. It's emotion that makes law, not facts.
And a lot of people are just going to be using CBD to cure their ailments, right? And CBD is non-psychoactive, but they're still going to fuck you over if you get pulled over.
Even there's no psychoactive. Anyways, no psychoactive at all with that. Eh?
Yeah, but I think they'll still mess you up if you like. I smoked just a CBD joint earlier, because you can get CBD only strains.
Right, and you still stink, right?
They still smell like weed.
Yeah. I know it's imperfect system, but I don't care. It's these still progress, and I'm for it. I'm supporting it, and I can't wait to try this stuff. I hear it's fantastic.
Yeah, you gotta support it.
I don't think more people will smell like weed after.
No, it's gonna be no different. Look everywhere else. Go to Colorado. Go to California. Go anywhere. It's the same as. It just nothing changes. It's just that there's the people that are smoking it are going to continue. The people that aren't smoking it are going to continue
There's
not
gonna be
to.
a few people that are gonna be like, I'm gonna try that because I've heard about it, but the only thing keeping me from doing it is because of the law.
Because of the law.
Yeah.
That's a low percentage.
There's people doing cocaine still. It's
Yeah. There's like a couple people that are like, now this is my first day ever, and I'm one of them. I'm going to try weed for the first time on Wednesday at 12:01, and I can't wait. So I would never dare of breaking the law. Anyways, guys, I just want to let you know I am on the radio tomorrow. If you want to listen to AM radio in Hamilton and Hamilton 820, Funny 820. Funny 820. I'm on with Manolis Zontanos and Patrick Coppolino.
And Mark Neighbors.
And Mark Neighbors. Yes, that's right, Chaz. Yeah.
I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, 3 great guys and 2 comics and a radio guy. We're all fun to hang out with. If you listen tomorrow, I think it's 4:20 on Friday.
Sweet.
I will be there. We talk about the church. We play a game, and it's a pretty fun show. So listen if you're in the Hamilton area on AM Funny 820 tomorrow at 4:20. That's Friday.
Program. Good program.
Yeah, it's a good program. Every week you can listen to. You've been on that show, Shaz.
Yeah, I've done the show.
Yeah, Chaz has done the show before. Anyways, good show. And I know I got some dates coming up. I'm in London, but I'll put them out on the website. And believe me, you'll find it. You were somewhere, Braden?
yeah. I'm gonna be playing with I'm gonna be playing with Cats on October 19th at the Richmond Tavern at 10. Yeah, at 10.
Right
At 10?
At 10.
Richmond Tavern
Come
at
out
10.
with
Good gig.
I'm gonna try to come out to that, man.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
19th, I'll put it down.
That's London, right?
Sounds
And it's
cool.
the
That's
Richmond.
London, Ontario.
The Richmond Tavern's a good seedy hole to get.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that place.
I took
Yeah.
a look at some of the pictures. It looks.
Oh, I've played there
look
before.
shady.
Oh, yeah.
I've done some stabby open mics there.
Yes, it's very stabby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's like old, like it's like another time. You go into another time in that place, right?
They haven't changed it in 45 years.
Yes, it's awesome. That's exactly what I love.
Labatt 50 on tap.
Oh yes.
I was doing a show down the road at like the place called The Only. They used to have shows there.
Yeah.
Remember that? And then everybody, the comics that they brought in, wouldn't buy the beers at the place we were playing at because they were too expensive. So they'd go down to Richmond and drink beer, and then they'd come back and say, "Is my time yet?"
Yeah, they got like 350 OVs. There.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Sweet.
It's the best place. Anyways, go see Cats in London.
Yeah.
And you can always go to livefromthedutchhall.com or you can go to Live from Dutch Hall's Facebook page or Dutch Hall on Twitter, Dutch Hall on Instagram. You know where we are. Even on Snapchat, you can do something. Send
Even
me
on Snapchat?
Yeah. Send me a 5-second picture of your puss, Dave. No big deal. No big deal. I won't tell anyone. This is between you, me, and whoever can get to me in 5 seconds that I can show that will believe me.
Well, I got something to promote you.
Oh, and Shazma has something to promote? Go
Not
ahead.
even stand-up dates. I got some stand-up dates, but they're not. They're just here and there, you know.
You know what we should promote is Tyler Morrison's new album.
That's what I was just gonna.
It comes
promote.
out tomorrow on iTunes. 2 albums.
Two
How
albums.
often does a Canadian comic, let's just put this is something to be very proud of here. Just being in the Canadian comedy industry, I watch a guy like Tyler Morrison, 35 years old. He's dropping 2 albums on the same day. The guy's prolific as they come. You know how hard it is to write jokes at the level this guy writes jokes at?
One of the best in the country, great joke writers, and I was able to produce 2 stand-up specials for him. And
Awesome.
Braden helped me do the music for the intro for one of them.
That's right.
But I produced the whole shebang there. 2 specials out tomorrow on Vimeo on demand. I think it's like $5 or $2. $2 to rent, $5 to buy it, I think. And
Vimeo on demand?
Vimeo on demand.
That's
Tyler,
right.
Buy it.
Tyler
$5,
Morrison,
seriously.
Savage, Tyler Morrison, Comedy Exile, and yeah, I produced them.
I watched the beginning of Comedy Exile. You showed it to me, right? That was the one you showed me at the
Yeah, with the drone shots and the snow.
Yeah.
Farm, yeah.
Great job that Shaz did here. If you, can I give you a plug for your business?
Yeah.
Silver Drop Media. If you guys have something to do, Shaz does excellent work. He's got a great eye for the business, and if you're looking at doing a special, that's the guy to call. Tyler Shazman right there. Silver Drop
Anything,
Media.
man, anything, music,
Yeah.
events. We're moving into the church soon, anyway. Silver Drop's
Oh,
moving
boy.
in. Let's announce that.
Yeah, Silver Drop's moving into the church. We only have 2 more shows here in the pool shed, and then we're gonna be hopefully.
Are you calling it for sure? 2 more shots? There are 2 more shows. 3 weeks from now, we'll be in the church. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. 3 weeks from now, we'll be doing a show in the church.
Jesus.
He'll be there too.
I'm not saying that it's going to be like finished. I'm saying we might be in a construction zone doing a show in the church, but we're still going to be doing that. And we can sleep in the church. The band.
With God.
This is who sleeps in the church after Live from the Dutch Hall Pot. Number 1, when we go to the church, we go Sunday nights. We go Sunday night service at the church.
Early.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it early.
8 p.m.
Let's even go 7. I don't give a fudge. Let's go 8 p.m. showtime, 7 p.m. with doors open, okay? 7 p.m. doors open, 8 p.m. showtime. How about that?
7:45 to 8, we learn the song.
With a live audience.
With a live audience in front of you watching you learn a song?
Yeah. And then
I'm not
we
sure
go
about
live at
that.
8.
You can go in the back and learn the song. And then come out. And then, I don't know. No one will show up, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
The first one we might want to practice before the first show because
3 weeks.
the first show people might show up for.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you because people have been asking. I can't wait till the first show at the church.
Oh, me
And then so I think people will show up for the first show. And if we suck on the first show, they won't show up for the second show.
when we suck on the first show.
Yeah, when we suck on the first show. All right, everybody. I didn't even get to play the games I wanted to play
Next week.
next week. I had a dice. It was going to be fun. But anyways, it's been fun. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes, everybody. I like the Facebook nonsense that everyone does on birthdays now. It makes you feel like, hey. You know what? I got one thing to say is anyone that put HBD,
Happy birthday.
yeah, it's like you're telling me I've decided on this day that you were important enough for me to risk my life while I'm driving to acknowledge your birthday of a person I knew 20 years ago, right? Don't do it, man. No HBDs. I'm going to say to everyone that sent me HBD, I don't appreciate that. I know you're thinking of me and you're endangering the life of yourself and others in your car.
Isn't birthday one word?
That's right.
Yeah, shouldn't it just be HB?
Yeah,
Yeah,
idiot.
then you're good.
That's right.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go further out here and say that my mind I had a prejudice already against you, and my brother just made me hate you more. You HBDs. Every single fucking one of you. It's HB. You don't put another. You're right, Paul,
Make
man.
it
That's
forward.
bullshit.
That's right.
Anyway, guys, give us some feedback if you like to. You know, you don't just have to tell us you like the show. You can tell us you don't like the show and you don't like my opinions. And if that's the case, then please, I would love to hear it because I don't care. And if you'd like to do that, you can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Until next week, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday. Hey, Lori, send us a couple messages. Hey, fellas, happy birthday, Pete. Huge burp. My God, that's got to be awful in the headphones.
Oh, we're all burping.
Anyway, see you later, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Good job, Steve. Oh, that's too much fun.